I'm telling you, that intro music always bangs. It's the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I am Chase Senior. Give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. We're hitting you with the latest Lakers news and rumors. Let's start off with this. So we know that for LeBron James, it's been somewhat of a slow summer because he's not playing in the NBA playoffs, not taking part in the NBA Finals, but he has been busy plugging Space Jam 2. He also went on the SmartLess podcast with Jason Bateman, Hayes and Will Arnett. And before I continue, Ozark, one of the best shows of all time. I'm saying it right now, led by Jason Bateman, who's a fantastic actor. And on that podcast, LeBron James made some news. He said he wants to finish his career as a Los Angeles Laker. Here's what he had to say. I truly hope I can finish my career with the Lakers. And how many years that is, if it's 4, 5, 6, whatever, 7, I hope I can continue to play the game. I love being in Los Angeles. My family loves being in LA. Being with a historical franchise like the Lakers is something like, it's like me being in Space Jam now. I never thought it'd be possible. Space Jam, by the way, one of the best sports movies of all time. I'm bringing you all types of pop culture opinions here on the Lakers Report. And for LeBron James, in all seriousness, I think he has plenty of good ball left. I know that ankle injury came about at an inopportune time for him and the Lakers this year, an injury bug-riddled season for the Lakers, a big reason why they went out early. If they were fully healthy, I think they could have beaten the Phoenix Suns in that first-round series. But before LeBron hurt his ankle, which was a fluky injury, I don't think it has anything to do with him getting older, he was playing like an MVP caliber player, and if he was able to stay on the floor, I think he would have been in that MVP race. So given what LeBron, the king, had said about finishing his career in the purple and gold, what do you think? Do you think LeBron is going to retire in Los Angeles as a Laker? Get your votes in the comments section. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get those votes in down below. Talk about LeBron playing at an MVP caliber level before he got hurt and rolled up on by Solomon Hill in that game against the Hawks in late March. He was playing fantastic basketball, and I love how he has kind of changed his game over time as he's gotten older. He's going to be 37 years old in December, and traditionally he was a wing and a small forward, but as he's gotten older and more experienced, his game has become more vast, and he's almost like a point guard now, a point forward who can also knock down shots and be that wing presence for you and still be a really good defender. His numbers this year were great. 25 points per game even. He was averaging almost 8 rebounds a night, almost 8 assists per night as well, and still shooting more than 51% from the floor. That's why I think LeBron has plenty of good ball left in him, and he's not slowing down anytime soon because he hasn't yet. He is defying Father Time in a very Tom Brady-like fashion. Both of those guys, they spend millions of dollars a year on their bodies. They go in the hyperbaric chamber. LeBron just has this different level of dedication to his body and the game of basketball because he realizes he can be one of, if not the greatest player of all time. And his numbers the last 4 years have been very, very solid. Next level, MVP caliber. And this is a big reason why he was able to lead the Lakers to an NBA championship 2 playoffs ago. 27.5 points per game, 27-18. It stayed the same almost in 2018-19, 2019-20. He was great. And last year, fantastic as well. And for LeBron, why would you want to leave Los Angeles? You get great weather all year round. Yes, the state income taxes are very high, but you pay for quality in life, right? And business is booming for the king in the City of Angels right now. He's got The Shop on HBO. He's going to be taking part in Space Jam 2. That movie already filmed. It comes out on Friday. He's hopping on a podcast with Jason Bateman, so he has the in with a lot of people in the acting and Showtime world. Still an elite player as well, and you're playing for a franchise that not only is a historic franchise, 17 championships, tied for the Celtics for the most in NBA history, but they're an aggressive front office, and because they are a historic franchise, they're always willing to be aggressive and spend so that they can put a championship-level roster on the court. And there's been a lot of rumors about LeBron wanting to play for the next several years to maybe wait for his son, Bronny James, to make it to the NBA level. We got to hit you with the Bronny James scouting profile, right? Yeah, we're cooking that up for you here on the channel as well. Scouting Bronny James. I have watched some of his highlight tapes. Has the really a lot of potential to be a very good player at the college level. Is he going to be a pro? We'll see. I think he needs a growth spurt to be solidified as a bona fide pro prospect. Class of 2023 kid, so he's going into his junior year, currently playing AAU ball. The team that he plays high school ball with, Sierra Canyon, is loaded. That roster, a bunch of D1, D2 caliber players, and according to ESPN, Bronny, a four-star recruit in the class of 2023. He's the 41st best player in that class, and according to ESPN, already an offer from John Calipari and Kentucky. So he's 6'3", 180 pounds right now, which he figures to be a guard at that size. But because he's only a sophomore going into his junior season, maybe a growth spurt to get him up to 6'6", 6'7", 6'9". He's got bounce. He can shoot. He's a very good defender, really good athlete, gets it from his pops. And I think all of that translates. I think he just needs a growth spurt. And if that happens, you could be looking at maybe LeBron teaming up with Bronny James at the NBA level. Do you think Bronny James is going to make it to the league? Get into the comment section. Let your votes be known. Type M for yes, he'll make it. Type W for he won't. Let me know what you're feeling on this one. My next duty for all of you, get into the comment section and type Lake Show. Just start spamming the chat with Lake Show. When you do that, I will hit you with a free Newsbreak link that allows you to download the Newsbreak app for free. On one single feed, you get your local news, weather, crime, politics, pop culture. The Lakers Report has a channel and a page on the Newsbreak app as well, so be sure to follow that. All you got to do, you go to chatsports.com/LakersNB or chatsports.com/Newsbreak. That will redirect you to the App Store. You'll be able to download the Newsbreak app for free. And like I said, it's an app that I use every single day to get myself ready for work because, yes, I have to stay on top and up to date with everything that's happening in the sports world, especially with the Lakers, but also get my news and weather, my politics, food, and pop culture, as well as my sports content. So follow the Lakers Report and download the Newsbreak app for free right now. That link is in the description as well as the comment section of this video. Lakers free agency rumors are starting to pick up even though the NBA Finals are in full swing. And yeah, we're getting to this on the Lakers Report. Is Carmelo Anthony going to reunite with LeBron James and have a little bit of a banana boat reunion? Carmelo set to be an unrestricted free agent, so he's free to sign with any team that he pleases with during NBA free agency. And it's long been the hope that at some point he'd team up with LeBron. They're best friends, both members of that historic and great 2003 NBA draft class, which goes down as one of the best draft classes of all time. And according to reports, the Lakers could be interested in bringing in Carmelo Anthony to have him as a bench and roll type of player. NBA analysis on this report had this to say about Melo maybe going to LA to team up with LeBron. The Lakers seem like the most likely landing spot for Carmelo Anthony if he leaves Portland in free agency. Both sides have a high level of interest in each other. Carmelo, not the player that he once was in his prime, but he's actually not a bad role player. And if he's coming off the bench as maybe a 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th option, a guy who can knock down some shots from beyond, he can stretch the floor a little bit, he'll give you some defense down low, which really wasn't the story of his career while with the New York Knicks. He's an okay and solid player. This year, 13 points per game for the Trail Blazers. He shot 42% from the floor, which is just okay. But over time, he's become a much better three-point shooter. His career average from distance is right around hovering 34, 35%. Went up to almost 41% with some volume there this past year. From 2003 to 2017, my gosh, his numbers were stupid with the Nuggets, with the Knicks. You're looking at one of the best bucket getters in the history of the league. This is a massive sample size, 14 years, and he was getting it done putting the biscuit in the basket for a really long time, averaging almost 25 points per game, almost 7 rebounds. He shot 45% from the floor, and I talk about that three-point percentage during that time from 2003 to 2017, right around 35%. Here's kind of why I like Carmelo coming to LA. Last year, he had a base salary of $2.5 million, so he's going to be very affordable if he does sign with the Lakers, and his cap hit $1.5 million. So when you get to the point where you're making roster decisions about the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th guys on this roster, you're looking at players like Carmelo at 37 years old or Ben McLemore. And who would you rather have on the roster? Carmelo, Ben McLemore? They fill similar needs of shooters who can kind of stretch the floor and give you some points off the bench, I honestly don't hate Melo to the Lakers. I can't believe I'm saying that right now, but that's the fact. The fit and the price isn't that bad. He's going to require somewhere around the veterans minimum. I think he's only going to figure to make a couple $1 million at most. And at this point of his career, that's really all he deserves. That's all he's going to command on the open market. And what's the one thing missing from Melo's resume? It's an NBA championship. He teams up with LeBron and AD. He's got an opportunity to get his hands on the Larry O.B. Should the Lakers sign Carmelo Anthony in free agency? Let me know. Type S for sign, type P for pass. Get those votes in down below. If you want the best Lakers news and rumors here on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button or go to youtube.com/LakersTV, that link at the bottom of your screen. We're bringing you Lakers news and rumors, free agency updates, breaking news, NBA draft coverage, and we're trying to get to 37,000 subscribers, currently 36,579. So be the next one to subscribe to the best Lakers coverage here on the internet.